In 1986, a cloud of invisible gas rose silently from a lake in Cameroon. Within minutes, it had killed over 1,700 people in nearby villages as they slept. No explosion, no warning, just a lake and death. That lake is still there today. And it's not even the most dangerous one on this list. These are the lakes that look peaceful, but could kill you in seconds. First, Lake Nyos, in the mountains of Cameroon, West Africa. This lake sits on top of a pocket of volcanic magma. That magma constantly leaks carbon dioxide into the water below. For years, the gas built up, trapped under pressure deep in the lake. Then, on August 21, 1986, something disturbed the lake. In an instant, it released a massive cloud of carbon dioxide, nearly 100 million cubic feet of gas. The cloud rolled down the valley at over 20 miles per hour. It silently suffocated everything in its path. People, livestock, even insects. Over 1,500 people died that night, many in their sleep, without ever knowing what hit them. Scientists now monitor Lake Nyos around the clock, with degassing pipes installed to slowly release the pressure. But the threat hasn't disappeared completely. Next, Lake Natron in northern Tanzania. At first glance, it looks almost beautiful, a deep red lake surrounded by white shores. But that red color comes from extremely high alkalinity, similar to ammonia. The water's pH can reach levels close to that of household bleach. Any animal that lands in this lake and can't escape gets calcified. Photographers have found birds and bats perfectly preserved in mineral crystal, frozen in the exact position they died. The lake's alkaline water essentially turns living creatures into statues. Flamingos are the only species that thrive here, nesting on the lake's salt islands where predators can't follow. For almost everything else, Lake Natron is a death trap disguised as a postcard. In the Caribbean island of Dominica lies a lake that's exactly what it sounds like. Boiling Lake sits inside a volcanic crater, and its water temperature reaches up to 197 degrees Fahrenheit. It's the second largest boiling lake on Earth. The lake is fed by a volcanic vent directly underneath it, constantly heating the water from below. Thick clouds of steam rise off the surface at all times, making the lake almost impossible to see clearly. Hikers who attempt the trail to reach it have been seriously injured by sudden bursts of scalding steam. Falling in isn't survivable. There's no rescue possible once you're in. Now we go to Russia, to what was once called the most polluted place on Earth. Lake Karachay was used during the Cold War as a dumping site for radioactive waste from a nearby nuclear facility. For decades, the Soviet Union secretly poured nuclear material directly into this lake. At its most contaminated, standing on the shore for just 1 hour was enough to deliver a lethal dose of radiation. In 1968, a drought caused parts of the lake to dry up, and radioactive dust blew into the air, contaminating thousands of people downwind. Russia eventually filled the lake with concrete blocks to try to seal in the radiation. Today, Lake Karachay is mostly buried, but the radioactive sediment underneath isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Even the United States has its own silent killer. Horseshoe Lake near Mammoth Mountain, California, looks like a normal alpine lake surrounded by pine trees. But in the late 1990s, those trees started dying, hundreds of them, all at once. Scientists discovered the ground was leaking carbon dioxide from magma deep underground, the same gas that killed thousands at Lake Nyos. The gas seeps up through the soil, killing tree roots and creating invisible pockets where oxygen is dangerously low. Hikers have reported feeling dizzy and short of breath without knowing why. It's a quiet reminder that danger doesn't always come with a warning sign. And finally, the most dangerous lake on this entire list, the Berkeley Pit in Butte, Montana. This isn't a natural lake at all. It's a former open-pit copper mine, abandoned and slowly filling with water. But this water is anything but normal. It's a toxic mix of sulfuric acid, arsenic, and heavy metals with a pH similar to vinegar, acidic enough to dissolve metal. In 1995, a flock of 342 snow geese landed on the pit during a storm. By morning, every single one of them was dead. Today, the Berkeley Pit is fenced off and monitored by environmental agencies, who continue working to contain its spread. Scientists still aren't entirely sure how to safely clean it up.